Unveiling the infinite, the boundless compassion of Ar-Rahman. When the break of dawn touches your side of the earth, it doesn't choose which places receive more or less light. It simply extends its mercy to all beings without distinction, and invites those to come out from the shadows and the rest to bathe in a warm, tender touch. When Allah extends His light to us, wherever we are in this world, the invitation is to open our hearts to heal with boundless divine compassion and mercy. There is a spirit of acceptance, love, and kindness that opens its arms, offering support without judgment in a nurturing embrace. The practice of compassion is a brave feat that is cultivated when our experiences of the darkness and fear in the nighttime are met with the adoration and ease of the day. It is not seeing the sunrise as breathtaking and the black sky as ugly, rather an understanding that we would not have one without the other, which makes them equally as beautiful. Allah's compassion reaches our hearts when we give ourselves permission to appreciate and accept the dark parts of ourselves as necessary and equal to the other parts. It is being patient and understanding with our ability to brave the forest of a newfound faith. The quality of Ar-Rahman encourages nurturing forgiveness and compassion towards yourself and others, which are essential for healing and maintaining healthy relationships. It is a universal principle of unconditional love and mercy that transcends religious boundaries. Practicing Ar-Rahman in relationships means maintaining a calm and empathetic demeanor, offering warmth and support, and responding to others' emotional needs without hesitation. This approach fosters deep, meaningful connections that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. Understanding Ar-Rahman teaches that conflicts are not merely obstacles, but chances to demonstrate mercy and to grow together. It encourages approaching disagreements with a mindset of resolution and understanding, looking for ways to mend rather than exacerbate rifts. Invoking Ar-Rahman in times of personal strife within relationships serves as a reminder of the power of mercy over anger. It advocates for taking a step back, reassessing emotional responses, and choosing pathways that lead to peace and reconciliation. A beautiful quote by Brené Brown from the Atlas of the Heart. Compassion is fueled by understanding and accepting that we're all made of strength and struggle. No one is immune to pain or suffering. Compassion is not a practice of better than or I can fix you. It's a practice based in the beauty and pain of shared humanity. Religion has a bad reputation for wanting to be right and for containing the truth that a group of people have, and everyone else just needs to, well, experience it, and then they would know. Compassion reframes conflict as opportunities for growth and reconciliation rather than as battles to win. As a community, where we fall short is when we replace compassion with its opposite quality, pity. Brené Brown explains. Pity involves 4 elements: a belief that the suffering person is inferior, a passive, self-focused reaction that does not include providing help, a desire to maintain emotional distance, and avoidance of sharing in the other person's suffering. Let me give you an example. When Holly converted to Islam, she felt that her Caucasian family, who lived and grew up in North America, pitied her. I remember her crying one day, sitting in my passenger seat after she ran away from home, telling me that her family thought she pitied Muslims so much that she just became one of them. When Holly converted to Islam, her experience with her family highlights a common misunderstanding and emotional challenges that can arise when someone makes a significant life change, especially in the realm of religion. The feeling of being pitied, as she perceived from her family's reaction, underscores a deep issue of a lack of understanding and acceptance, which can indeed feel isolating and painful. The reaction from Holly's family did not foster connection or aid, but rather emphasized separation and judgment. In Holly's case, her family's reaction of pity likely stemmed from their perception of her conversion as something to be lamented, or as a misguided attempt to align with a group they viewed as inferior or troubled. Of course, this perception was deeply hurtful to Holly because it not only misinterpreted her genuine personal and spiritual growth as mere sympathy for Muslims, but also denied her agency in making a thoughtful and meaningful decision. Instead of seeing her conversion as an authentic and considered choice, they viewed it through a lens of misunderstanding, possibly thinking that she was driven by an over-empathetic impulse rather than a true spiritual or intellectual conviction. This broke my heart. Pity can be isolating because it creates an emotional barrier between people. Holly felt isolated because her family did not attempt to genuinely understand her choice or share in her newfound commitment. Their distancing made her feel alone and unsupported at a time when she needed understanding and connection the most. I was grateful to be used as a place of comfort and support for Holly during this difficult time. Now let's look at pity within our Muslim community, in Naomi's example, and how we can bridge the gap for new Muslims after we hear both stories. Naomi was a devout new Muslim, and she encouraged a group of us to join her in weekly memorizing of the Quran and supported us in learning how to speak Arabic. When Naomi chose to take off her hijab, the reaction of pity from our friends and peers was super harsh. It stemmed from a misunderstanding of her motives and a perceived departure from expected norms. For some within the Muslim community, wearing the hijab is seen as a clear and visible commitment to our faith and practices. This drove her to deepen her connection with Allah and let go of what others thought of her on the outer. For Naomi, being pitied by the Muslim community made her feel judged and isolated, pushing her into the margins rather than drawing her into the fold of communal support. Not only that, but she felt used as a new Muslim, that she was there to affirm their beliefs and stripped of her autonomy and personal relationship with Allah. Compassion is the wish to dissipate the suffering of despair, resentment, anguish, and all forms of suffering. Pity is the opposite of compassion. When we use empathy, it's a tool for compassion and a very hard skill to learn. To bridge these gaps, those in Holly's position need to facilitate open discussions that can lead to deeper understanding. This involves sharing why this conversion was important, what it means personally, and how it impacts her life positively. For the family, moving towards empathy involves active listening, asking sincere questions, and making an effort to understand Holly's perspective without preconceived judgments. With Naomi, empathy would require the community to engage with her without judgment, striving to understand her circumstances and respecting her autonomy over her spiritual expressions. The community would need to genuinely believe that the journey of faith is deeply personal and not solely defined by external appearances such as the wearing of a hijab. We need to dispel the myth that empathy is walking in someone else's shoes. Rather than walking in your shoes, I need to learn how to listen to the story you tell about what it's like to be in your shoes and actually believe you, even when it doesn't match my experiences. Brene Brown, Atlas of the Heart. At the Muslim retreat, we understand the transformative journey new Muslims undertake as they integrate their faith into their lives. The stories of Holly and Naomi, each unique yet universally resonant, illustrate the profound need for empathy and understanding within our communities. You can visit our website to learn more about how we offer and are committed to fostering an environment that honors diverse spiritual expressions and supports individual growth. Through open dialogue, education, awareness, personal support, community reflection, and you can view that on www.themuslimretreat.com, where every journey is met with compassion and every story is heard with an open heart.